All right, so if you turn the page, that will bring us to exercise 2. Let's go ahead and get started with this. Let's do the first few as a class. Well, let's do it all as a class, and then we'll look at exercise 3 individually. What we're doing in exercise 2 is there are 3 words. You will have to rank them. You'll have to tell me if they are positive, neutral, or negative. All right? So they give us the first one as an example. Let's take a look there. We have house, dump, and home. Positive, neutral, and negative. So where did they put home?
Positive.
Okay, and why is that?
Because home is special to you. It's something special.
Right, Neutral?
House.
Okay, and what did they put for negative?
Don't.
Okay. How do you think, please,
Sorry.
So, how would you guys react if I showed up one day at your front door and I said, "Oh, hello, what a lovely home you have."
I feel great because you like my house.
Yeah.
That means it's okay.
What if I showed up there and I said, "Man, what a dump."
Smell bad.
Tell me to get off this property. Okay. So, all right. So that sounds like we have a good handle on that. Number 2. Let's see. Can I get Zanaya? Zania. Zanaya. Number 2. So you have to look at those 3 words. You have to. All right. So if you turn the page, that will bring us to exercise 2. Let's go ahead and get started with this. Let's do the first few as a class. Well, let's do it all as a class, and then we'll look at exercise 3 individually. What we're doing in exercise 2 is there are 3 words. You will have to rank them. You'll have to tell me if they are positive, neutral, or negative. All right? So they give us the first one as an example. Let's take a look there. We have house, dump, and home. Positive, neutral, and negative. So where did they put home?
Positive.
Okay, and why is that?
Because home is special to you.
It's something special.
Right, Neutral?
House.
Okay, and what did they put for negative?
Don't.
Okay. How do you think, please,
Sorry.
So how would you guys react if I showed up one day at your front door and I said, "Oh, hello, what a lovely home you have."
I feel great because you like my house.
Yeah.
That means it's okay.
What if I showed up there and I said, "Man, what a dump."
Smell bad.
Tell me to get off this property. Okay. So, all right. So that sounds like we have a good handle on that. Number 2. Let's see. Can I get Zanaya? Zania. Zanaya. Number 2. So you have to look at those 3 words. You have to, which of them has a neutral connotation, and which of them is a bit more negative sounding. Any ideas? No. All right. Xavier, give her a hand.
There's a positive connotation of anxiety.
Yes.
It's positive.
Exotic is positive. And then, what did you say, Omar? Foreign is neutral, yes. So what does that mean for negative? Yeah. Strange. Right? Now I know that some of these could fit across multiple boxes, I guess, but do you know what the word exotic means?
Yes, wild or
Yeah.
It's maybe like not what you're used to, maybe?
Yeah, it's kind of intriguing. It's new, it's different. It's something that fascinates you because it's not familiar. But it's a good thing. It's a good thing to be exotic. Foreign? What does foreign mean?
Something that's something that's not like from there.
Yeah, from a different place. And then strange is just weird. Yeah. Okay. So what would you rather be called? Like strange or exotic?
Exotic.
Have you ever seen like for a Ferrari or a Lamborghini?
Uh-huh.
You know what they call those? They call them,
Foreign
well, they call them foreign. They are foreign, but they call those exotic sports cars.
Oh.
Because like foreign cars, that's like a BMW or a nice, Audi or Fiat, yeah. But exotic sports cars are the really like high end. You're paying like 6 figures to get those. Yeah, Lamborghinis, Bugattis, whatever. Kind of like the stuff that I drive. I drive a Honda Civic. All right. Number 3. Cammy.
For positive, put chat.
Okay. Yeah.
And for neutral, you can put talk.
Mhm.
And for negative, you can put out.
Good. Okay. Yes. Any questions on that one?
What about
Babble is just like incessant murmuring, incessant noise, a lot of talking. Jakeem, what's going on then? If you have a question, I can answer it for you. Okay. All right. Could talk or chat be used in a negative connotation though?
Yes.
How?
Your parents might want to
Talk
give
at the
you.
room time.
Talking during
What if you came home and showed your dad or mom your report card and you had a big fat F written on it, and they said, "Well, looks like we gotta have a talk."
Or chat.
They
That's
come
negative.
out, they talk
Sounds
about
like
yell
it.
at you and then you yell at you.
I got number 4.
All right, good. So yeah, Orion, did you have something to add? Orion's gonna do number 4.
Number 7.
All right, hold on. Let's just do one at a time. Orion, go ahead. Do number 4.
Okay, feast for positive,
Good.
dinner for neutral,
Mhm.
and slot for negative.
Okay, yeah. I'm going to have dinner tonight versus tonight I'm going to have a feast.
That means a big difference.
Yep. Yeah. From there. 5, go ahead.
Fragrance, smell, and stench.
Okay, so fragrance is positive, smell is neutral, and stench is negative. What is that awful stench? Negative. Smell is just kind of neutral. There's some sort of smell, some sort of odor. Might be good, might be bad. And fragrance is, that's like how we would describe a perfume or men's cologne. Okay? All right, Talia. Oh, this one's a tough one, by the way. So. Venerable. Okay. What do you think for the other 2?
I think for positive, cricket,
Okay, say that again. So you said positive was decrepit, neutral is venerable, and negative is old. All right. Amira, give it a shot.
Okay, I think positive is venerable, neutral is old, and decrepit is negative.
Okay, that is correct.
Wait,
What does
what?
venerable mean? Venerable.
I think maybe antique.
Michael.
Still has some use even though of its age.
Yeah, sort of. Anyone else?
I don't even know what it means.
All right, venerable means like highly esteemed, respected, honored, or honorable. Okay, so if you were, going to the Supreme Court, the highest legal authority in the United States, you might describe those Supreme Court justices as venerable. The venerable 9. And decrepit. What does decrepit mean?
Kind of like falling apart.
Yeah, falling apart, good. Kind of feeble, kind of weak. Huh?
Worn out.
Worn out, yes. All right, yes, go ahead and do number 7.
Positive is tune, neutral sound, and noise is negative.
Okay, yeah. Hey, I love that tune versus what's that sound? Versus, can you turn down that awful noise? Right? Sound, tune, and noise, or tune, sound, and noise. And lastly, let's go with Raphael.
Okay. Positive is pet, neutral is animal, negative is beast.
Okay, good. So it seems like we hit that out of the park. Let's go ahead and do exercise 3. Okay. I will give you, how many are there? There are 8 on the front and another 7 on the back. There are 15. How quickly do you think? Maybe like 3 minutes? 4 minutes?
20 years top.
Let's take 3 minutes, and if you need a bit more time,
20 years top.
then I'll give it to you. But try and do this independently. Okay? You know what we're doing?
You can start, right?
Yeah, go ahead. And I will come around and make sure that no one has any questions. So,
You keep blaming me, it's not like they do.
guys, don't make me move stuff, please. Never had to do it in this class. And while we're recording. Any questions over here? John, do you have any questions?
No.
All right. Shimon, is this making sense? Samantha? Any questions? Right over here. Any questions? All right, how about another 30 seconds?
Yeah.
And we'll reconvene. Has anyone ever heard of the East-West game?
What? East-West game?
It's a football game that like determines what college you go
Okay,
to.
it is a football game. I'm talking about a different type of thing. I'm gonna explain it after we get to this. This is something that we might be doing on Thursday. All right, everyone more or less ready to go?
Ready, pretty much.
All right, let's review. Exercise 3, number 1, Jaquim. Go ahead and read the full sentence, give us both options, then tell us which you selected and why. All right, so read first.
The sooner we move out of this house, the sooner we move out of this house and dump, said Jack, the happier I'll be.
Yeah, one thing is I don't see house in that sentence. Okay. All right, so the choices are what?
Home and dump,
Yeah, and which did you circle?
dump,
Okay, why?
because he sounds like he's angry or something.
Mm-hmm, good. Yeah, he's not happy being there, so yes, you should have circled dump. Number 2, let's go with, Omari? Alright. This is a tough one.
The cell phone is expensive or overpriced.
cell phone is expensive or overpriced, but I don't mind paying extra.
I put expensive.
Expensive, okay, why did you choose expensive?
I'm just used to saying expensive, not overpriced.
Okay, all right, anyone else? Amir?
Okay, I said expensive because if it was overpriced, it'd probably be regular, but it'd just be too much money. But if it's expensive, it's usually because it has many good features.
Yeah, okay. All right, well, answer that I have is expensive, so I would agree with both of you. I think that the context clue we have in here is I don't mind paying extra. Okay? Because the difference, that tells us that if the phone is expensive, it costs a lot of money, and they're noting that this is something where they're going to be spending a lot of money, but they don't mind paying extra. If they said it was overpriced, they would say that the amount of money they're paying is simply not worth the device they're paying for. Okay? And in that case, they would mind. So it's a kind of subtle difference, but that's how I interpret it. Yes, Amaya. For the next one, or? Go ahead.
Okay. You're lucky to have Wilma on your committee. She has lots of original or crazy ideas.
Okay.
I think the original.
Original. Okay, why?
Because it seemed like the person talking likes Wilma.
Mm-hmm. And how do you know that?
One person says you're lucky.
Yeah. Okay. If she had said or she or he had said anything else, like instead of "you're lucky to have Wilma," what if she said, "It's so unfortunate that you have Wilma on your committee"? That would change how that person feels about Wilma. But she's saying you're lucky, so original is better than crazy for this because they're expressing maybe admiration for Wilma, or they're expressing that it's good that Wilma is on the committee. Go ahead, Raphael.
Boss Reed and his
Cronies.
and his cronies, employees, have controlled the politics in this city for more than 20 years. I certainly hope the other party wins this year.
Okay.
I picked cronies because it seems like they're not enjoying his control.
Okay. Well, that's very good. That is absolutely correct. Does anyone know what cronies actually means?
No.
How to use that? Has anyone heard of cronyism?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So cronies are like. Has anyone ever watched any of those Italian mafia movies?
No.
Like Godfather or Goodfellas? Or,
Oh yeah.
so the cronies, it's kind of like a word that means associate, except in this case, the context is usually a bit shadier or more illegal. Okay? So cronies, it's like almost like henchmen. Ever heard henchmen?
Yeah, yeah.
Anyone ever read any comic books like where you see the villain and his henchmen are planning to attack this? Or yeah, so cronies, they're kind of like people who assist their boss guy in carrying out something illegal or something immoral. Cronies. Whereas employees are just what are employees? Yeah.
Do you do more legal stuff?
And they're just the people that work in a company. Okay? So yeah, cronies, good. Number 5. Kenny.
It was a beautiful spring day, and the scent of apple blossom filled the whole yard.
Okay, so the choices there are stench or scent. Kemi has chosen scent. Do we think she's correct?
Yes.
Okay, and why?
Because stench is like, I guess, if it didn't smell good to you,
Mhm.
but apples pretty smell good to people.
Yes, they do. Okay, number 6, Romero.
I hope I don't have to share an office with Jenny. Sandra told me how curious and noisy she can be.
Okay.
Noisy.
Nosy.
Nosy. Yeah.
What does nosy mean?
All
And
people
people-
business.
Yeah. Heaven?
But doesn't curious and nosy kind of mean the same thing a little bit?
Yeah, they're very similar. What would be the difference between curious and nosy?
It's got like a whole bunch of questions.
Curious,
You might be asking a lot of questions.
curious
Nosy is a little
means
bit too
you wanna do
curious.
something.
It depends on
Nosy
the context
means
used in it.
nosy.
You can make nosy, I mean, you can make curious out to be negative, but mostly it'll be positive.
Okay, so here's the point of connotation is, yes, you're right. They mean pretty much the same thing. But curious has a slightly more positive connotation, whereas nosy has a slightly negative connotation. You're asking too many questions. You might be poking your nose into places where it doesn't belong. Or you might just be asking really personal questions that are unwelcome or inappropriate for the business environment. Whereas curious, it's, you're asking a lot of questions, but they're welcome. In the context, they're appropriate. Maybe you're a student who's asking his or her professor about a difficult concept. That's the difference. So yeah, excellent question. Number 7, what is going on back there? Okay, I might have one. Okay. Number 7, Diamond.
I think they is an excellent president said the principal generally knows how to manage.
Okay, so our choices are what? And you selected manage. Why did you pick that over meddle? You're correct. I want to know the reasoning. Anyone want to give her a hand? Yeah, Raphael.
The context is using is positive because she's not using sarcasm and she's not, a meddle will usually be as she's being a bad person.
Yeah, meddling. Meddling
Yeah.
is kind of like, annoying, interfering, whereas managing just means operating effectively, or hopefully effectively. Yes, Michael, number 8.
Will you please turn off your stereo? I can't concentrate with all that music or noise. I chose noise
Okay, and how do we know that that's the correct answer?
because it says they can't concentrate in music. It seems like it's something you would enjoy, but with noise, it's something that you don't like.
Yeah. Good. All right, on the home stretch now, number 9. Derek, give it a shot.
I love going camping and getting in touch with nature. The woods are filled with so much environment or animal life.
Okay, good. Very good.
I pick animal life.
Yes. Yes. And why do we know that it's animal life and not vermin?
Because he says he loves camping, so it's
Yeah, he loves camping, he loves getting in touch with nature. Animals are part of nature, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Amira really wants to do number 10.
What makes Jared such an excellent storyteller is his knack for invention
Okay.
or line.
Okay.
I put line.
Okay, and why did you choose line?
I put line because when you're doing stories, like it's also kind of like making excuses because you're lying about it.
Okay. All right. Anyone have a different answer? Yeah, Shemaya.
For number 10, I put invention because first it talks about how he's such an excellent storyteller, and then invention is like making up old stories and making them good.
Yeah. In this case, I would say the correct answer is
Line.
what?
I was gonna say something, but
Go ahead.
I was gonna say that I think it should be lying because the person could be using sarcasm and say that he's an excellent storyteller. And if he's telling a story, then he's gonna be lying to the person.
Okay. Interesting. Anyone else? Okay. Well, that's a good point. I would still say the correct answer is invention. And here's why. Storyteller is someone who just tells stories, yes. Do we know necessarily that those stories are lies?
No, some might be true.
It might be true. They might be fabricated, yes. But as a storyteller, does that word have, what kind of connotation does that word have?
Telling.
story.
What kind of connotation does the word storyteller have? Yeah, storyteller is generally, I think, we could assume that it's someone who, you know, their favorite hobby or maybe even their profession is just telling people stories. An example in today's world would be a guy like Garrison Keillor, maybe. He's a radio host and he likes to tell stories. And he is wondrously inventive. He's very bright, and he has excellent deep tenor baritone voice. I'd say it's more invention. You could make the case, Heaven and Amira. I think I would say invention, though, in this case. So, yeah, number 11. Jaquim.
Mr. Benton had better watch out for the new
Assistants.
of his he's a blank one. Clever.
Okay. Anyone else? Michael.
I chose for crafty
Why?
because they said that they better watch out. I was gonna think it was clever, but crafty seemed more appropriate.
Yeah, and this really, it's a very subtle difference. If you said clever, I would not mark it wrong, but the correct answer is crafty here. And that's because you have to watch out for the assistant. That means that the assistant may have some sort of malicious intent, or at least dishonorable intent. So he's crafty. Clever is usually a good thing. Crafty is usually a little more ambiguous. Okay. Number 12. Let's go with Xavier.
I have a lot of respect for Jenny's father. He's rather reserved, antisocial, and dignified. I put reserved.
Good. Why?
Because antisocial means that you don't have to talk to people at all, and I thought reserved is the bad news.
Okay, yeah. Reserved. They could mean kind of the same thing, although reserved is more just you're kind of removed or detached, and maybe even a little aloof. Whereas antisocial is you are intentionally or actively trying to avoid people. But dignified, so that dignified means that it must be more reserved. Yeah. Yeah, 13, go ahead.
My brother can't stand his mother-in-law. She's practically a millionaire, but she's about as thrifty, miserly as a person can get. I said miserly because thrifty, I thought the definition of thrifty was like stealing, but I don't know what the...
Well, your answer is correct, but I would look at reasoning again. Jaquim? Was your hand up?
No.
Oh, just stretching, huh? Okay, so anyone else? Yeah, Xavier.
I thought the answer was
Thrifty, okay. Why?
because they said that she's a millionaire, but she's like thrifty, miserly as a person can be. So I thought it was thrifty because she was like, I don't want to spend money.
Well, thrifty means like, yeah, you hunt for deals. You're a very savvy shopper. Miserly means almost stingy.
Oh,
Stingy. Okay, so in this case, she's a millionaire.
But she doesn't want to share.
Yeah. She has a lot of money, but she still doesn't really like to spend it. Okay. So I'd say miserly is the better answer here. 14. Kenny.
This coffee is very bitter / strong, just the way I like it. Strong? I mean, better.
What do you guys think on this one?
Strong.
Like bitter is like.
I thought bitter has like a sweet
Bitter
taste, so it's
means
just
ass.
sour.
No, it's like
I think
bitter.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, but you know,
So you don't want coffee too strong, but you don't want it too bitter.
I'm not really sure that based on the rest of the sentence, we can really say that one fits better
So
than the
can
other.
we just be both?
Cause that's his or her
It depends
opinion.
on how you like your coffee.
I would say it could be either on this one because there are no contextual clues that indicate one is better than the other. Just the way I like it could apply equally to either bitter or strong. So either answer you have here for 14 is okay. I will not penalize you for having one or the other. All right, so number 15 then, Heaven.
Can you please ask the Miss Jasmine not
Derek,
to
can
be
you close the door, please?
That means it's time to leave.
Can you please ask the Miss Jasmine not to be so enthusiastic, pushy? She is scared away the customer. I put pushy because if she was enthusiastic, then she kind of acted so excited. She's pushy, then
She's a little bit too aggressive, right? So she's pushing. That's exactly what she's doing. She's scaring away the customers. Good. All right. So any questions on any of that? Yes.
On number 15, could it be like too, could it be enthusiastic? Cause like if you too happy and stuff, you could scare away. Cause I know if somebody just wants to get happy.
It could. I could see that. I mean, I think pushy is still the better answer, but enthusiasm, if you are way too enthusiastic about something, that might be intimidating. Yes.
Not really giving them options.
And
Because like you don't
All
want
right.
anybody
We
to-
gotta go. So last point, Raphael.
okay, I'm excited. I think that it's pushy because if it's enthusiastic, she would probably be making the people want to buy the item, whatever she's trying to sell. Pushy, she's trying to force them in. They don't want to do it. They just
Okay.
get there.
Good. So guys, I will see you tomorrow at parent-teacher conferences or on Thursday. All right. And thank you, Sebastian.